I am going to tell you about the cognitive strategy of mind mapping. It's actually a great way of, an alternative way of note-taking. It's more visual, as you can see. It shows an overview of a topic with important information that goes with it. It helps children to comprehend, build connections, and create new ideas along with it. We use images, different colors, and different words to encourage the children to begin with a central idea and work their way outward for more in-depth subtopics. So, first you're going to begin with a main concept or main idea, and the rest of the map will revolve around it. So you're going to write a word that represents that main idea, so I chose communities. And then you're going to create branches from that main idea, like single words that represent that main idea, that main concept. Of course, I use different colors to show that they're different topics that relate to that main idea. And then you're going to create sub-branches from here, sub-branches that relate to this topic, that relate to this topic, the overall main idea. Of course, I included sketches and drawings that relate to those words. And of course, this can be very helpful for English language learners because they can relate the words with the pictures to help them comprehend it more easily. And it also really helps students brainstorm on any topic that helps them to comprehend that concept more easily also. And it also helps us as educators to understand a student's prior knowledge and what they have learned from that lesson that is being taught. So here I started with communities, and I chose 3 subtopics that went with that. And of course it's a different type of communities. So I chose rural, I chose urban, and suburban. And the different subtopics that went with urban, I said that it's basically a city, and it has many people, and of course I drew some little people so kids can relate when they look at it to those words. Rural, I don't even know how to say that, rural, I said they have small stores, they usually have farms, they have grass, a lot of grass, they have a lot of trees, they have lakes and rivers most of the time, and they have animals, mostly wild animals. And I drew some pictures for each one so the children can relate to those words. For suburban, of course, there's a lot that goes with suburban. I said that there's usually apartments, there's houses, there's shops, it's like Pet Shop and Winn-Dixie. There's usually schools, a lot of schools. There's not a lot of trees that we see. There's usually churches, and there's usually parks, and there's a lot of pools as well. So the kids can relate all of this to this main central idea that there's different types of communities, and it can help them to brainstorm more ideas as well. So if a child wants to come up with their own about a certain topic, they can just branch off and come up with different ideas that represent that topic. And they can either draw images or single words that go with it. You don't necessarily have to draw the pictures, but for young children, I think it's a good idea because they can relate those words and those pictures with it. And of course, they can do it on paper, or you can have them do it on a computer with a mind mapping software. So anything is pretty good for them. So that is my cognitive strategy of mind mapping. Thank you.